Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Welcome in, welcome in. Daily Dish. I'm not 100% sure if I'll be ready to start in 2 minutes, but we're going to try. morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Let's see who all we have in the house. We got a native Hawaiian says, morning, y'all. Dan's Life at the Kingdom. Good morning, Ron and everyone. Canadian Family Life Tiffany says, morning, all. Hey, if you're a member, and I know Tiffany is, throw those custom emojis in the chat. Woo-hoo. All right. Countdown is correct. Now we will be starting in just over a minute. Oh, man. Is anyone else out there not really a morning person? Part of the reason I started doing this show in the first place is because I am not a morning person, so I need a way to get myself accountable to trying to get up early and get myself awake. It takes me like 4 hours to get awake. Man, I tell you what. So we're doing it. It's a little bit of a different daily dish today because we're not talking about the present. We're going to talk about the past and possibly the future. Let's hope everybody is feeling well out there this morning. I see Sue from the Bud Files. Good morning, Sue. And my beautiful wife, who is also a beautiful moderator, is helping us all out by throwing some hearts in the chat. Good morning, baby. I love you. Good morning to my mom. She's out there in the audience. Kathleen Fantastic. Good morning. We're going to get ready to go here. Let's take the banner off because we are starting soon. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, live. Cool. Good morning, everybody, and welcome back, Fun Fam. If you're brand new to the channel, welcome in to follow the Bradley's Fun, the Daily Dish. We're dishing it out today, as we do every day, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m.-ish. Oh, my gosh. Sometimes there's some things that need to be taken care of in the background. So welcome in, everybody. I hope that wherever you are, you're having a phenomenal day today. Hopefully better than mine so far. Let's see who we've got in the house. I see a Mr. Fulton Morez says, hello, everyone, on Saturday, July 20th. Was my big 25th birthday, quarter of a century. Happy 25th birthday, Mr. Fulton Morez. Members. Let's show off those emojis. Karen Owen Gooden says, good morning. She's a member. I want to see those member emojis. Let's show that sword in the stone. Happy birthday from Go and Shogi. Let's see who else we've got here. I'm going to go back to the top of the chat because I see Little Mouse 27. Little Mouse is in the house. Hi, Little Mouse. Manny Uncanny says, hi. Look, there's me. Even I said, good morning, everyone. welcome, my wife, my beautiful wife says, buen dia. That's a good day in Spanish. Going Shogi. One of our mods, one of our members says, hello and good morning. Native Hawaiian says, morning, y'all. And I say back to Native Hawaiian, aloha. We've got the Bud File. Sue is in the house. Good morning, people. Canadian Family Life says, good morning, all. Native Hawaiian saying back to my wife, beautiful wife. Morning, Virginia Bradley Adventures. My mom is also in the house. She says, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Mom. And Dan's Life at the Kingdom is here. Says, happy 30th birthday to the Tower of Terror. And let's see. I think we're getting caught up here. Happy birthday, Mr. Fulton Mraz. Good morning from Karen Owen. Aloha, brother, says Native Hawaiian. And another happy birthday. And Going Shogi's got those. I think, how do they show up? When I put them on? Yeah, they don't show up as the actual. They don't show up as the actual emojis when I put those on the screen extra early in Hawaii. Oh, it's a Native Hawaiian. They may not be in Hawaii right now. I don't know. But one of the things I like to start off with is showing everybody. So here's what we're doing right now. You probably know this. We're doing a fundraiser. I don't have it pinned this morning because, man, am I getting a late start. You know why I'm getting a late start? It's Monday. I don't have my energy up yet. Like literally at my age, for some reason, it takes me, I want to say 4 to 6 hours to really get going, and some heavy doses of caffeine don't hurt either. And this is just where we are. But one of the things that I like to do as far as this fundraiser is concerned is that when people do super chat, super sticks, super things, memberships, gifted memberships, any of that fun stuff that helps our channel get better so we can do better things for you, because we are about to upgrade our StreamYard thanks to some of your generosity so far. I'm going to be able to push one level up soon to StreamYard, and then hopefully with a little bit more generosity we can fund this so we can push it up to the highest level. Well, not the highest, but the level of StreamYard that's going to get the best quality to you, which is being able to stream in 1080p and being able to bring on a lot more guests for other shows that are coming during the week. Yes, that was a little teaser. We're going to have more shows coming in the evenings during the week. But until then, let's show what it looks like if we get supers, if we get new members, and we get the new member chats or anniversary member chats, anything that's fun like that. That's also helps the show out and helps us do better for you. We do a little celebration, and that celebration, it goes like this.
Is it too much? Too much? It's a birthday! This is just the best of us see.
There it is. There's our fun celebration. And my wife says, happy birthday, Mr. Fulton Mraz. And Jeremy, he says, good morning. And my wife loves our celebration. Okay. So we're going to get going this morning. Did anything unusual happen over this last weekend, news-wise? I don't think there was anything important that happened. Oh, golly. You know what? This show is counter-programming to all of that other news that I just want to just be like, oh, gosh. You know, it's 2024. It's an election year. That brings all of the drama that you might see me post about it on Twitter or any of that kind of stuff. But man, oh man, I don't love to talk about it on this show if I can avoid it. And frankly, at least at this point, it has nothing to do with theme parks. And I'm actually going to go back in time. I'm going to go back in time for this particular show and talk about something else. And what we are going to talk about is, let me see if I can bring it up here real quick. a little thing that happened at Disney World a little while back, and you can see it, on the thumbnail if you figured that out. And that was this. I'm going to get it on the screen here for you guys. The NBA experience. Remember this? Who remembers? Did anyone out there in the chat ever experience this? The NBA experience at Disney Springs? When did this open exactly? Let me see here. NBA experience. Opening at Disney Springs. Now, this is no longer open, of course. If you did not get to enjoy the NBA experience, or if you went and you did not enjoy the NBA experience, doesn't really make much of a difference. Fact of the matter is, it's gone, and it did not last for very long. Was not open very long at all. Let me look here, and there's a website. Zig Knows Disney is who I'm going to go to here in just a moment. And he's talking about it being permanently closed. So we're going to go to this article. Let me share this over here. It looks like I may not have. I'm waiting for all the ads to like propagate, because I know that they're going to. And I would like to try and get them off of there if I can. Let me see. What is all of this? Man, I tell you what, here's the thing, when you first bring up these, is that there are no ads when you bring them up. They look nice and clean, and then all of these awful ads just start popping up, and they pop up everywhere. They're like, I need a permanent ad blocking software, and I'm using DuckDuckGo, but anyway, let's see if I can bring it up. My goodness gracious. And the thing is, these ads, they surround the article. They make the article look bad, which makes it impossible for me to share it with you. Let's see, but I think I can do it here. All right. Can you guys see that okay? Disney NBA experience in Disney Springs, full details, opening, and prices. So you can kind of see those awful ads popping up all around. Can't even do anything to get them off. Here's what this originally said: ever dream about stepping onto an NBA hardwood and seeing what it's like to be an NBA star? Now you can show off all your basketball skills at the new NBA. I don't know. This looks like that was written by Disney and they just copy pasted it or something. And then of course they've got it where the NBA experience is permanently closed. What I'm trying to find out is, okay, there it is. Status: opened August 12th, 2019. And that is what I had wanted to find out from the article more than anything else. So this thing, it opened in August of 2019. So we went, my family and I went, and I think these pictures might actually be from possibly, because I was a cast member back then. This is probably a cast member preview experience that these pictures are from. But it's closed now, so it doesn't really matter. And I just want to go through what it looked like on the inside. And there's a reason that I'm sharing this story today. It's kind of funny. But there's the NBA experience. Why was this brought to Disney Springs? Part of the reason was, well, and this is a really funny reason. It had just, a version of this had just closed at City Walk Universal. It was not great, not tremendously popular. I think there was a restaurant attached to it, NBA memorabilia and such like that. I never even went into it at Universal because I have no interest in professional basketball, partially because I did love the Harlem Globetrotters growing up, But as far as professional basketball games, collegiate basketball games, I've only been to a few. Want to know the reason why? It's the silliest reason. You guys are going to think I'm weird. I know you are. But the reason I don't like basketball is squeaky shoes. It's a true story. I can't stand the sound of the squeaks. It's worse than somebody scratching their nails on a chalkboard for me. So the sound of squeaky shoes when people are on the it's over and over again, and it's like loud annoying insects chirping or something. That is why that's the horrible reason I don't like basketball, professional or otherwise. It's I know it's a silly reason, but let me see what pictures I have. So there's a picture from the inside when you first walk into the NBA experience, right? And we took these pictures. We visited as a family. And this is one of the things you could do. I think this is a video, right? Yeah. So you can see my younger son. Oh, look at that. Woohoo! He got it in. Look at him go. He's twice in a row. My goodness, Xander, you're so amazing. Look at that. Look at that. And you can see the other people playing around, right? And that part was fun, but here's the thing. People were paying upwards of $50 for the ticket for the day to do this. Can you not just go to your local gym for free and do that? Go to the YMCA. There's a lot of places where you can go and do that for free. So there's some pictures of it. I mean, like that's what this was. That's what this experience was. There's a number of different little free basketball things. There were some, there's some memorabilia of professional basketball stuff. The thing is, there was never any reason to pay a large amount of money to go in there. It's all of us together at the NBA experience, right? And yeah, I'm pretty sure this was a cast member. I think that was the cast member preview day. What that was. So was it fun? Sure. Was it fun enough to pay $50 for? Definitely not. And did it even compare in a minor way to the amazing Disney Quest that it replaced? Not even close. Disney Quest was amazing, and we love going there, and there's all kinds of video games from the past, lots of ride experiences, all kinds of things at Disney Quest. Disney Quest, had they continued the upkeep on it, could be open today and doing just fine, especially had Disney Quest been there pre-COVID and then reopened post-COVID. Disney Quest would be fantastic. However, this is what the NBA experience looks like today. Okay, we're joking. Of course, we're joking. That's not a real. It's not really a Spirit Halloween sign over the NBA experience. Although it's not, it wouldn't be surprising, right, to have that. My question to you all in the chat is, why on earth did anybody at Disney ever think that this was going to work? Why, oh, why, oh, why? And then I want to discuss with you what my idea would be to do with this property. And it's a pretty simple idea, and you can let me know. I'm going to be going through the comments in just a minute, because this is definitely more of a discussion type of thing, because we've got a lot of things coming up on our slate for the remainder of the week. And I wanted to start off Monday kind of with a light but fun discussion. So here's my idea for what I think they could and should do. They won't. Disney will not do this. They'll probably tear down the building that they built. What Disney does, they build up $1 million things and then they close them and tear them down, like the Halcyon Star Cruiser Star Wars hotel that flopped. So NBA flopped, Star Wars Cruiser flopped. Yeah, so Go and Shogi, of course, says, and Jeremy Heath says Disney Quest was my brother's favorite. Yeah, absolutely. It was one of our family favorites. I love going to Disney Quest. Even had good food at Disney Quest if you went upstairs all the way. They didn't think it would work. Saw NBA advertising money and nothing past it. Yeah, you know what? Which is crazy to think about. And then they use that advertising money to create some kind of thing with in the NBA in 2020, where they had them come out and play all their games in a COVID bubble. Boy, that I don't even want to go into that ridiculousness, but this is what I feel like. And you guys can tell me in the chat, what do you think of this idea? I would take that building, and let me show you a picture of the building itself again. Let me go back to that. Let me see if I can find the building. All right, so here is a picture of the building. Let me bring this up. Let me bring this up. There we go. All right, so there's the building. Now, take away all the NBA stuff. And imagine where that NBA sign is. And this is for people who've been to the Hollywood studios. If you're in the chat and you've been to Hollywood studios, and you're going to know what I'm talking about. Change that sign to one man's dream. Can you imagine if they took the one man's dream Walt Disney Museum and moved it from that tiny little venue at Hollywood Studios into this very large venue here? It took the building and redid the entire building into an homage to Walt Disney and everything that he wanted to have happen at Walt Disney World. Make it a museum of his life leading up to the creation of Walt Disney World, understanding that by the time Walt Disney World actually opened, he was no longer with us. There's a couple of movie theaters in this building. They're built in. This building is made to be the perfect Walt Disney Museum, even though that's not why they originally created it. Okay, so here's my idea for the full attraction. It would be about a half-day attraction. Some people could spend longer there if they wanted to, but it would showcase the development of Imagineering, how certain rides that went into Walt Disney World and the Magic Kingdom initially, and then eventually Epcot, of course, how those things were all Imagineered, all of that stuff, all the concept ideas. It would have an area where they could showcase everything that they intend to do in the future and never have to put that stuff into a park itself like they did at the Odyssey building for Epcot. They put this whole thing in there about what was coming to Epcot, and then because of the COVID closures, that all changed, and it was a mess. But if you had it in this building, it wouldn't be so much of a mess, because everything in there could be marked concept. This could change over time. And so you wouldn't be advertising to the public something you believe is going to happen, and it doesn't, without you saying, hey, this could change because it's in development, right? Do that. And then, and this is my favorite part of the idea, in Quest, you might remember that they had some virtual reality experiences. Well, using that CGI and virtual reality technology, my idea would be to recreate retired attractions at the Walt Disney World parks. So maybe Horizons, maybe 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, anything that has that. How about Splash Mountain? I know they wouldn't want to recreate that, but my idea would be to recreate those experiences so that, let's say that you are a grandparent and you had the experience of coming to Walt Disney World in the 70s as a child, and now you're taking your grandkids there, and you can't show them the things that you loved as a kid because they're not there. This would give you the opportunity to do that. You could be like, hey, let me show you what 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea was like. And you could go and into a virtual reality type of experience, put on the headset, maybe sit in some type of a chair or device that would simulate the motion of the attraction, and actually have the experience of being on an attraction that is no longer there, that's retired. I think, in my personal view, that would be worth paying money for. That would be worth a ticket, an excursion, something extra. They could reopen the building. It wouldn't be a massive cost to do that. And yes, I mean millions of dollars, sure. But when I say massive, I mean massive to Disney. Disney has I believe, allocated, what is it, $70 billion in their budget for improvements to the parks. This would be a very small fraction of that. I think it's $17 billion specifically allocated for Walt Disney World. Again, this would be a really, really small portion of $17 billion. I don't think that this thing would cost, I mean, it's certainly not, it wouldn't even cost $500 million to do it. I don't think it would reach $100 million to do, honestly, budget wise. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the chat. Anna Greco says, just dropped off a kiddo at camp, traffic delays. Sorry, that's okay. What we're talking about is this building right here, Anna, the NBA experience. I've been talking about what I would do with it since it is currently closed and they're not doing anything with it. Go and Shogi thinks my idea happens to be great. It's a great idea. And then, the men train through nature's wonderland. Yeah, what are some of the retired experiences? And you can let me know in the chat. I know there's a little bit of a delay, so it may come up in a minute. But what are some of the things? What are some of the retired experiences, attractions that you remember that you would like to see if they were to do something like this? Dan Slap at the Kingdom says they should turn it into Pizza Planet. I think it's a little too big for a Pizza Planet unless they do it as Pizza Planet and Disney Quest combined. Hawaii is on my bucket list. Oh, yeah. The NBA experience. It was a 2-year experiment that did not work out very well. It's so funny because the moment it opened, it seemed like everybody knew that it was going to close. Kind of like something else that they spent much more money on later that also ended up closing within a 2-year period. The Star Wars Halcyon, the Star Wars Star Cruiser. It just did not work out. Oh, look, who else is in the house? Maritza's Yarn and Crafts is here this morning. Hola, Maritza's Yarn and Crafts. How we doing today? Hopefully very good. And Jeremy Heath said, you never saw this, Jeremy? Okay, so Jeremy, if you're in the chat, what would be a retired attraction that you would like to be able to, I don't know, take a friend, take a kid to? Somebody hasn't seen Disney before and will never get to see this attraction because it doesn't exist anymore. What would you put in there? Yeah, let me see here. Go back to this. Yeah, so here's some of the things that I would want to see. I would definitely want to see 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. I would want to see Snow White's Scary Adventures. I would want to see Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. Definitely Horizons. Maybe not all of Universe of Energy, but maybe like a snippet of Universe of Energy. You're not, I mean, like what they could do is they could do like a 5-minute cut down version of Universe of Energy so that you could see what the attraction was like without wasting 50 minutes of your life. But just so that you could like look back and forth and see what that ride vehicle was like, because to me, that is the most creative ride vehicle I've ever seen at Disney. It was like a ride vehicle the size of a miniature auditorium seating. That was kind of amazing. I would love it if they would reopen a great movie ride and have that ride vehicle to it. That would be so cool. Go and Shogi says, I'll bring back the fountains. Well, yeah, I mean, if you could see the fountains in Epcot, that would be amazing. Go and Shogi says, I'm afraid they'll give it the downtown Disney treatment and turn it into a food court like here in California. Well, there's a restaurant attached to it, so I don't know if that would add to, I don't know that restaurant wants any business taken away from them. So I don't know that they would necessarily do that. Go and Shogi says the original Figment ride. They're probably going to get rid of the current version of that completely. I have ideas for that too, but well, maybe I'll save those for a different episode. But yeah, the original Figment ride with Dreamfinder and Figment would be amazing. They could even bring back what the experience was like in the rest of that building with the rainbow tunnel and everything. I mean, that would be, there's so much that they could do with VR, the retired attractions. And especially exploring the life of Walt Disney, why he did what he did, and how it all ended up coming to fruition in Walt Disney World, what he initially wanted for it, what he wanted while he was on his deathbed, unfortunately, with Epcot as far as the city is concerned, Progress City, and then how that, after he left us, how, because all of the land was there, how that morphed into the resort destination that we have today. So looks like I'm going to do one last comment here. In the age of Instagram and photo walls, it's wild they never reopened the Rainbow Tunnel. It is. And I have seen homages to it especially during the Festival of the Arts. They've had homages to it in the Odyssey, but they never actually brought it back. They did actually bring back a couple years ago the pin tables, which were those things where you'd stick your hand underneath these pins and then the pins would come up in the shape of your hand. That was pretty cool. Wouldn't it make sense for Disney to create a space for kids to play tournaments at no cost to them? Disney's never going to do anything with no cost. They have ESPN, and they do lots of tournaments in ESPN, and it does cost money. And I have friends that have done a lot of friends have done their basketball and soccer and baseball tournaments at ESPN, but they're definitely not, they're not going to do it for free, not Disney. Yeah, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea is for sure missed at the Magic Kingdom. They do have a similar experience with those vehicles, I believe, at Disneyland, but it's gone from Disney World. But on that note, I just want to thank everybody for coming in today. Let's see. Gold Dome between Guardians of the Galaxy and Mission Space is abandoned. Yes, that is something that I have an idea for with this guy, with Figment, but I'll save that for a different day. And yes, that would be smart. They need to compete with Universal's power-up bands, but they're not going to. Disney doesn't even want to acknowledge that they're competing with Universal right now, especially with Epic Universe next year. I don't know why, but I don't see Disney doing anything in the next year that's going to come up to the level of attempting to compete with Epic Universe. So I wish I could meet with some people and give them my ideas and let them know, hey, guys, get out there, do this stuff. But I don't know that they will. Anyhow, let's do, just for fun, because we have all these members in the chat, and I appreciate you guys being here today. And we're going to do one more celebration before we peace out and give you guys over to Culture Casino this morning.
Is it too much? Too much? It's the birthday! Oh, this is just the best of my scene.
Yes, Disneyland negotiations start today, and they have voted to strike. That is true. They have voted to strike. If it comes to that, will there be a strike? Well, maybe that'll be on the horizon for tomorrow, and we will discuss. There's a reason why I kind of blew over that today, because I don't know what's going to be happening there anymore. But Culture might be discussing that on his show along with a whole bunch else. So that's where we're going to go to next. Thank you so much for being here today. Thank you for the members. Thank you for the chat. And thank you for all that you all do for me. We couldn't do this here without you guys. And we thank you and we appreciate every single one of you. Love you so much. Have a great rest of your Monday. And after this, we'll head right over to Culture. And until tomorrow, we'll see you real soon. Bye, everybody. Ciao.